All right, so we could see a good number of students have joined. Ma'am, with your permission, we can start.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, ma'am. So good evening, everyone. Those who are present here. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Students, I would request while the session is in progress, everyone will keep their mics off and the camera can be kept on so that the resource person can see you all. Okay. And if you have any questions, we'll let you know. We'll let you know the time when to ask the questions. You can put your questions in the chat box, which will be enabled in a very short while. And those students who are joining with us via YouTube, they are also requested to put up their questions in the chat box. We'll pick up the questions from there and we'll present the same to the resource person, and the appropriate answers will be given to your queries. Starting up with the today's session, first of all, I take this opportunity to welcome our resource person, Dr. Nisa Lohia, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. My dear students, a very short and a brief introduction of the resource person. Dr. Nisa Lohia, psychology and performance trainer, a pioneer in human development, is a renowned educational trainer and a teacher of the philosophy, psychology of possible evaluation. She is also a life coach and a trainer of transactional analysis at ICTA, that is Institute for Counseling and Transactional Analysis. Ma'am has done her MSc in counseling and physiotherapy. She has also been trained advanced Enneagram from the Enneagram community. Dr. Nisa Lohia ma'am is specialized in counseling and dealing with teenagers, doing stress management techniques and making life more integrated. Over the year, she is regularly doing certified programs on transactional analysis, NLP, career guidance, doing parenting programs, goal setting for school, colleges, and working people. Short profile in a glimpse is she is a trained at ICTA, transactional analyst, certified trainer, CBT practitioner, MSc in counseling and physiotherapy, career and relationship coach, internationally certified trainer from Enneagram, NLP master practitioner, MBA in HR, emotional literacy, and many more. This was a brief introduction of our resource person. Now, may I request our resource person for the webinar, Dr. Nisa Lohia, ma'am. So, ma'am, can we please start the webinar? Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Abhijit Anand, sir. That was a wonderful introduction. And just a small correction, not physiotherapy to psychotherapy. Okay. So it changes my profession. I thank Grizzly Vidyalaya and all the members and the teachers and the management and all the students who are present here. A warm welcome to all of you. I'll start my seminar immediately without wasting more time. So, very good evening. All of you are teenagers, right? So that is why I choose this topic. I am a teen. All of you are from 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And this period is something which is very beautiful, very wonderful, full of hopes, full of enthusiasm, full of liveliness, colors, and at the same time, it is full of confusions, anxiety, and comes with its own problems. So let's deal with how you guys are dealing with I'm a teen. So all of you are teen, and we people also are a teenager few years back or many years back, right? So how it feels to be a teen? What are the problems you face when you are a teenager? That is what we will be covering today, without any psychological terms, but the terms which you can understand very easily. Okay, let's get started. As a teenager, you wonder what's your parents' attitude towards a teenager. That's you. How do your parents look at you? You wonder when you were small, they loved you, they kept you so well like a prince and princess, and today they are so demanding, right? That's what you think about your parents. As a teenager, they are demanding, they are not loving anymore. Okay, and they say, I have a messy room, I spend most of the time online, I have poor attention, I go to bed late, I'm rebellious and violent and angry all the time, I'm crazy about one person, my friends, my peer group. Oh, these are the lists my parents keep on telling me time and again, correct? All of you would have heard this kind of things, na? Room saaf nahi rakhte. Every time you're on the phone, playing games, online, chatting, right? And you are not scoring good marks, not focused. Bedtimes, not perfect. Food time, not perfect. And your attitude, your personal nature is not accepted by parents when you are a teenager. So many problems, right? We'll deal with it. If I sleep too much, my parents complain. Don't get enough sleep, my parents complain. I eat too much, my parents complain. I don't eat too much, my parents complain. I'm always in my room and my parents complain. I go too much, my parents complain. So what should I do? I eat, my parents complain. I don't eat, they complain. I go out, they complain. I don't go out, they complain. What should I do? Okay. I guess all of you are facing this kind of issues. I also faced when I was a teenager, parents complained for everything. And we didn't like it. Technically, no teenager likes it, right? Okay. I wish my parents could understand. I wish my parents could understand. What do you want your parents to understand? What do you want your parents to understand? Have you ever thought what your parents should understand about you? You wonder when you were a small child, you're a little one, your parents did understand you. They fulfill all your wishes. But today, suddenly, when you are a teenager, all they want is get good marks, be disciplined, be good, hear whatever they say, right? They seem not to understand you. Okay. I'm a teenager and I always have the best attitude. This is how you see it yourself, right? Every student, please hear carefully. Okay. As a teenager, this is how you will be feeling about yourself. I don't always have the best attitude. You don't have to. You really don't have to have the best attitude. Yet you can have the best what you have in you. Understand that first. One second. One second. Please, just a minute. Students, please excuse me for the technical fault, what I'm facing right now. Just a minute, I'll sort it out. Okay. I'm a teenager and I always don't have the best attitude. Yes, I have my problems. I have my difficulties. I have my stress of examination. I have my stress of peer group. I have my stress of performance. And I don't have to have the best attitude always. School is hard and I'm trying my best. School is tough. As I grow up, it is becoming harder and harder. And I'm trying my best to give my best. I'm young and I want to have fun. I know you're young and you have so many dreams, you have so many ambitions, you have so many things to do in your mind. You have so much in your mind and you really want to have fun. You think this is the time to have fun and you shall be having it. When I hang out with my boy, with a boy, it doesn't mean he's my boyfriend. He's just a friend. Everybody, a girl, a boy whom I meet doesn't have to be my boyfriend or girlfriend. We are all best friends. I'm out all night and it doesn't mean I'm drinking or doing drugs. So when I go out all night, when I'm spending a night over my friend's place, I'm going for a birthday party, I'm going for a reunion, it doesn't mean that I am drinking or doing any drugs or going into any bad habits. I'm just having a good time. Not all my friends can be bad influence. Parents keep on telling, na, because of your friend, you have become like this. Because of your friend, you are doing like this. No, not all my friends have a bad influence on me. I feel useless whenever they compare me to others. Oh, parents have this wonderful habit of comparing. Your elder brother did this, your elder sister did this, look at the classmate, they are doing like this. They keep on comparing us, right, to another one. They don't understand that I'm unique in my own way. I am what I am. I cannot be compared. I cannot be substituted to anybody. I try to make the best decisions for myself. Yes, I'm learning the world. I'm understanding the world. I'm learning, trying what is there for me, and I'm making the best out of it. And I'm learning to make the best decisions out of it. And I'm a teenager, right? This is how you all feel about yourself, na? And how your parents are looking at you. And this is how you want to talk to your parents and tell your parents all this information, right? But you are not able to tell. Why? Because teenage is a confusing time. A teenager goes through anxieties, uncertainties, and emotional turmoil for varied reasons. Now, teenage is the most confusing time. Why? Because in this time, you want to have fun, you have to study and give your best. You have to be the best son or daughter to your parents. You have to be the best student in the school. And imagine you have your friends with whom you have to show off, to compete. And then the opposite sex attractions and infatuations also happen with the new hormonal change, what you're going through. And then you have to choose your careers. You have to shape your personalities. And you have to become somebody, right? That is why this age is confusing. So much to do and no time for anything. And at the end, what happens? We end up doing almost nothing. We end up doing almost nothing. That is the worst thing you're doing to yourself. We can have everything. We can have fun. We can study well. We can be a good son or daughter. We can be a good student. We can be a good citizen. We can be every good friend. And yet, you can get good marks. You can have a lovely career. You can do it. But how? There are certain rules for that. Okay? If you follow the mantra or the rule I give you today, I make sure you all will come out with flying colors. And what are those rules? It is better to conquer yourself than to win 1,000 battles. Then the victory is yours. It cannot be taken from you, not by angels or by demons, hell or heaven, Gautam Buddha. Don't conquer the world. Don't conquer anybody. Don't compete with anybody. You are your best competition and you have to compete to yourself. Okay? And to compete with yourself, be the best version of yourself. You have to conquer yourself. And conquering means what? You have to be in total control of your mind, your feelings, your behavior, because that is what is human personality. And what is human personality? The unique mind, the characteristics what you have, how you think, how you feel, and how you behave or act in front of others is what it makes you. And that is what we call your personality. So if you want to become something in life, make sure you conquer yourself first. Only when you are conquered yourself, you can conquer any other person, any other career, any other thing you want to conquer, because you are the one who can change everything. Don't expect others to do anything for you unless and otherwise you do something for yourself. How easily you can say, when you go to a school, the same teacher teaches 50 students. Somebody gets first rank and somebody do not get pass mark. What is happening here? The person who gets first mark has learned to conquer himself. Today, all the great leaders, all the great people who are sitting in the high post, what have they done? No rocket science here. They have learned to conquer themselves. And how do we do it? Let's learn the students. Let's do it. And you are lucky enough to understand these things at this age. If you do this, nobody can stop you from becoming a successful person. So how to conquer yourself? Okay. Conquering myself means keeping my thoughts, my feeling, and my behavior apt and appropriate. So when I say you have to conquer yourself, what is that you have to conquer about yourself? You have to conquer your thoughts. That is your thinking. You cannot think when someone tells you how to think, right? If someone tells you about smoking and they offer you a smoke, what do you think? Use your thinking facility. Smoking is bad for health, right? When you are in your school, your parents have put you in a wonderful school called Grizzly Vidyalaya, given you the best of facilities. And when you don't use it, you know what you are not doing it? You are not using your thinking facility. That is your thoughts. You are working on the influence of your peer group, your surroundings. And that is why you are not able to conquer your thinking faculty or facility. Understand, your thinking is your thinking. It should not be influenced by any other person's thinking. And not by your own age group people, right? So conquering myself means conquering your thinking and then your feelings. Okay, when you are young, when you are a teenager, what happens to your feelings? Now and then you get angry, you get upset, you are annoyed when someone shouts at you, when teacher tells you are not performing well, you get upset. And inside your mind, there's a thought going, who are they to tell me? My dear children, they are your well-wishers. They are your teachers. They are your parents who love you, who want to see you grow. They don't have any other intention behind that. The only intention that they have is to see you successful human being one day, to successful person one day, and bring glory to your own names. That is only their intention. So have your feelings under control. Don't let your feelings go like an open horse without any direction. Give direction to your feelings. Whenever you feel very angry or very upset or very disappointed, ask yourself, what makes you angry? What is happening? Why are you upset? Ask yourself. Answers will come to you. And behavior. What do I mean by behavior? Behavior means the outcome of anything, the outcome. When you study for examination, not getting good marks is the outcome of that semester. Not performing well, not living a good life, not living a disciplined life is a behavioral outcome. You are fighting, having violence, having arguments with the parents and giving back answers to the teachers and parents is your behavior. Be in control with your behavior. So when I say thought, feeling, and behavior, these are the three things you have to be very much in control at your age. Okay. So how do I conquer myself? How do I conquer me and my messy room? My parents don't like how I keep my room. It is always dirty, messy. Things are here and there and everywhere. Not only your room. Here I mean by everything. Your room, your books, your mind, your relationship, everything is messy, right? For a teenager, everything is complicated. Nothing is clear. Everything looks messy. How do we conquer a messy thing? Be your room, be your relationships, be your studies, Be your interaction with your teachers and parents. How do we conquer this? My mom don't understand that even though my room looks dirty to me, I know where my things are. Make it your heaven and live like a prince and princess. I know everyone thinks that it is messy, but you don't find it messy. You know where your books are, where your clothes are, where your things are. Okay? But life cannot be that simple. You need to know it in an organized way, in a disciplined way. So what I would say is bring discipline to your life. Bring discipline to your life. Today also, what did you do? 5:30 was a session to be started. And all of you came in a very lethargic way, right? This is not discipline. Discipline is to keep up the time, to be organized, to be clear in your mind. What time shall I start and what time shall I finish? Everything has to be clear in your mind. And more clear what you should have is your goal. You should be determined with your goal, what you want to become one day, right? Be clear with that. So make your mess, whatever confusions you have with your relationship, your interaction with your parents, with teachers, and whatever you have, clear that mess. Clear that mess. Talk, clear, organize, discipline yourself, and live like a prince and princess, because that is what you all are, right? You all are lovely prince and princess. Come back. Me and my online time. Okay, how to conquer that? I know this COVID times and the online teaching, and after that, during the online classes, we learned to play video games and we started spending too much time online. Parents complain, student is always on mobile phone, laptop, I don't know where not, and I'm always on online. Okay, those times, the online facility during COVID times was mandatory. But believe me, as we are open to the schools, the doors are open to the physical world. Nothing like that. Okay, physical world is the most beautiful world. Meeting people, interacting with people is very important. So online time, are you dying or living? Ask about yourself. Ask to yourself one question. Online time, the time you spend on mobile, online, are you living or dying? Unproductive use of time is death. Time is precious. Time is precious. And when you use this unproductively as a wastage, do you think you are living? No, it's as good as dying. Because this time will never come back. This time will never come back. And when you are somewhere in 30s and 40s, you will regret wasting this time online. For online time, you have the entire life. Not now, my students, not now. Okay? Are you making use of it? Or is it making use of you? Think about online time. Whenever you are online, are you using online? Or is it your mobile phone using you? See, today, internet and mobiles are becoming business. Okay? They make you addicted. And once you are addicted, you do not use online. It's online technology using you. And when technology starts using human being, trust me, human will become a waste product. Artificial intelligence will take over and you guys will not have any job. Let that not happen. Let artificial intelligence do not have so much power, because human brain need to have more power. Okay, so think and ask yourself a question. Are you using technology or technology is using you? Me and my poor sleep, wake up cycle, rebelliousness and violence. What do I mean here? As a student, are you balanced with your sleep? Do you sleep on time and wake up on time? Okay. And the rebelliousness. What do I mean by rebelliousness here? A rebel means whenever someone says, did you do your homework? I had much more to do. I don't want to do. I don't like to do. Maybe next week. Who are you to tell me? This is what is called rebelliousness. And teenagers are actually totally into it. And violence. Violence are in many forms, and I will tell you what it is. Regularly not getting enough sleep can be dramatic effect on a teenager's life, impacting their well-being, increasing their risk of depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. It can also affect academic performance at school. So if you are not getting sufficient time, and if you are not getting sufficient time to sleep, a proper sound sleep, it will affect a teenager's life. Because a study research shows that a teenager should sleep minimum for 8 hours. 8 hours of sleep is a necessity for a teenager. And if you are not sleeping properly, what will happen? Depression will come, anxiety will come, and low confidence, low self-esteem will start building up. And your academic performance, definitely it will impact very badly. You will not perform well in your examination. You will have memory problem. Okay, when you have sleeping problem, you will have memory problem, you have attention problem, focus problem, concentration problem. So have a balanced sleep and wake up time. A typical teenager brain wants to go to bed late and sleep late the following morning, which is usually hard to manage. You will be able to adjust your body clock, but it takes time. So what should we do here? A teenager always wants to watch web series or movies, play video games and so many things, and then sleep late, wake up late, or wake up early with lack of sleep. Both ways you will be impacted. So what you should do, there should be a proper time to sleep. If 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. is the time to sleep, 10 p.m. is the time to sleep. No more, no less. Okay. Before sleeping, you need to learn to give yourself half an hour break. No books, no studies, no online, no mobile phone. And that half an hour you should use to take bath, tell your prayers, organize your bags and table, make your bed, and finally go to sleep on an appropriate time in a relaxed way. Do some deep breathing, go to a relaxed sleeping mode. When you are relaxed, when you sleep well, you have a very beautiful, energetic morning. Otherwise, morning, you're already tired. When you do not have sufficient sleep, what happens? You're already tired in the morning. Do you want that to happen to you? Or it is already happening to you? Be aware. Adjust your body clock timing. Go to bed on a stipulated time and wake up on a stipulated time and do the following what I asked you to do. If you have regular and proper sleep, you can come out of your moodiness, rebelliousness, and violence. Okay. Do you understand what is violence? For small things, you start fighting with people. Sometimes you go into a fist fight or hitting each other, right? Sometimes in an angry outburst, you throw the plates, erasers, pen, rubber, books, whatever you have, right? You stamp your leg, you hit your fist on the wall and you move away. That is also violence, right? So what is violence? What do you understand? What I'm talking is only a behavioral outcome of violence. But violence is something very different in a psychological term. Violence exactly means your own inability, your own low confidence on yourself, your dependency on other person like your friends, your family, or whomsoever, girlfriend, boyfriend, it can be anybody. Okay, your dependency on another person, lack of skill. You lack some skill of learning, getting good marks, doing something good. Low marks in examination, lack of confidence. As a teenager, lack of swag. Okay, no good facilities like smartphones and good laptops and good, so many of your friends have good gadgets and all. When you don't have these facilities, this all builds an internal agitation in you. It builds an internal agitation in you, and this agitation comes in the form of violence. My students, do you understand what is violence now? It is your own hopelessness that is coming out in the form of violence. Your own failures are exhibited in the form of violence. Next time, if you see a student in a violent form, go and give him a hug actually. You know why? He needs love. He needs care because he is disappointed with himself. He's angry with himself. He has lack of confidence on himself. He's hopeless about himself. That is why he's violent. So whatever is our attitude towards ourselves comes out in the form of violence. Be aware, young boys and girls. Don't engage into the activity of violence. Violence does not mean that you are showing your strength. Violence shows that you are the weakest of the lot. You're the weakest of the lot. Because a wise person, a smart fellow, a smart lad, a smart teenager will not use violence, but he will use his brains, his skills, his knowledge, his abilities to top and come with flying colors in this world. And what losers do? They exhibit violence. Don't be a loser, be a winner. Okay? Me and my poor attention. Oh, you have one major problem. Concentration, attention, focus. How to conquer that? Okay. You know one thing? When you go to school, teachers teach you, but you cannot understand anything. When you open your book, you read everything, but you cannot understand anything. Oh, I know that happens to all of you. Oh, it has happened to me also when I was a teenager. But how do we overcome that? Right? So how do I conquer it? Studies show we face distraction once every 7 to 8 minutes throughout the day, equating to 60 distractions in an 8-hour school day. So when you are in school for 8 hours, it is highly possible that 60 times you may get distraction, because every 7 and 8 minutes, that could be a possible distraction. You cannot focus or concentrate more than 7 to 8 minutes. Study shows that. Okay. How do we overcome that? These distractions can cause frustration, time management issues, and challenges in obtaining goals. So this distraction, what comes after every 7, 8, 10 minutes, what can they do to us? They will create frustration. They will have time management issues. Like, when we organize 16 waking hours, 24 hours in a day, 8 hours we sleep, 16 hours we are awake, right? In the 16 hours, how we manage ourselves in the entire day is time management. Okay. And our goals, the most beautiful topic, goals. Okay. So we cannot achieve all this thing when we are having problem with our attention, concentration, focus. It drifts. It just drifts. What can we do about it? Okay. All attention control includes paying attention to a stimulus in the environment and ignoring or not attending to others. Okay. So how do we overcome that? Means when we want to have a control over our attention, we want to be more focused. What are we supposed to do? We need to pay attention to what we are seeing or hearing or observing or learning that time. Stimulus means anything that comes. For example, you are in a class, teacher is taking a class. That is a stimulus for you. Okay. So whatever you see, you are learning that time. You have to pay total attention there. And what you have to do is whenever a distraction comes, I'll give you a technique. Follow that technique. Simple technique. Your thumb and your index finger, just press it for 5 seconds. Press your thumb and index finger for 5 seconds and come back. You will again focus. Whenever you are losing your attention, you will start focusing. So what are you going to do whenever you have attention drift? Thumb, index finger, press it hardly, tightly for 5 seconds. And you can come back to where you left. If your teacher is teaching you, if you're reading a book, whatever you're doing, you can come back to that place. Okay? And keep your mind trained for that. Keep your mind trained for that. Don't let your environment distract you from your goal. But attention will come only on one cost. Okay? If attention control issues are contributing to problem behavior, the next step is to set some goals to improve attention skills. So how do we conquer this attention? How do we control our focus, our concentration, our attention? For that, all of you have to do only one thing. You have to do is set goals for yourself. Do you understand what a goal is? Set SMART goals. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. And look for gradual improvements in the outcome of focused attention. My dear students, what is a goal? Now you are from 9th standard, 10th standard, 11th standard, and 12th standard, right? Okay. So what goal you have for yourself? Ask yourself a question. When I become a big person, like, when I grow up, what do I want to become? Doctor, engineer, businessman, what do you want to become? First, choose that clearly. Identify what you want to become in your life. That is the first goal. Okay. Then have a role model for yourself. Okay. If you want to become a scientist, Abdul Kalam can be a role model, right? So have a role model for yourself. But that role model is somebody who you can follow, right? Have a role model for yourself. And then check your goal in such a way. It should be specific. I want to be a doctor. It should be that specific. Okay. Measurable. Every time, every semester, when you get your marks, check what is the improvement happening. Are you getting sufficient marks to get into doctor seat? Can you clear the NEET? Check your growth. Attainable. Are you taking proper coaching, teaching, learning, giving time? Is it attainable? Is it relevant to your talent, to your personality? Is it relevant? And time bound. Within how much time you will want to become this? Okay. So keep a short, this is a long-term goal. Okay. As a 9th, 10th student, this is a long-term goal. Keep short-term goal now. I'll teach you how to keep a short-term goal. This month of August, maybe December, you might be having examination. I will not talk about exam coming now. Okay. But fix a goal. This coming examination, I will secure 80%. Okay. And how will you get 80%? Take the previous year's question paper or everything, sort out the answers, check with your teachers, connect with your teachers and find out, is it okay? Attainable. Yes, 80% is highly attainable, right? You have wonderful teachers, you have a wonderful school, you have a wonderful campus. Grizzly Vidyalaya is wonderful. So it is attainable. It is relevant. Yes, it is relevant for you. That you have to ask to yourself. Is it relevant for you? Do you want it? Is it important for you to get 75%, 80%? Time bomb. Next exam, I will do it. Next exam, I will do it. So this is a way you keep short-term goals for yourself, students. Without a goal, you are like a river that has no direction. Okay? Don't be a directionless river, because a river that has no direction will only become a pond at the end, or a lake. A river that has a direction will go and merge into the sea and keep on flowing throughout centuries to centuries. Be that direction river. Have a direction in your life. Otherwise, it's difficult. So without a goal, human being is nothing. Every human being tends to be a person full of goal. So set a goal for yourself. And this goal, time and again, you have to check, where are you in this goal? How much you have reached, what you have achieved. Okay. Me and my crush, how to conquer. Teenagers. You all are teenagers, right? So was I. And the biggest problem when we were teenagers was what? The opposite sex infatuations, right? The crush what we had, the standing in the corridor and looking at someone's and smile, and a smile exchange in return, boasting in front of your friends, what, she's mine or he's mine. And the shyness, right? You all are teenagers, and it is normal, it is natural. It is a growth process. Your teachers, me, your parents, everybody has gone through this phase. Children's, everybody has gone through. But the problem what you people are facing, which we did not face in our time, is what, you're too much focused on your infatuations, your crush, and the opposite sex attraction. It is distracting you from the main goal. You are so much getting involved in that. You are so much getting engaged in that you are forgetting your main goal. Why are you in this school? Why are you studying? What you want to become in your life? Those goals you are moving away from. That is not correct, right? We know the feeling all too well. All of you know the feeling all too well. The rush of excitement, the fluttering in the stomach, the daydreams that won't quit. When you have a crush on someone, it's often all you can think about. Such a feeling, no? The entire day you can just sit like this and think about the one you are having a crush on, and you call it love. The beauty is you call it love also. Don't confuse love with infatuations, my dear child. Don't do that. Okay, that fluttering in the stomach, that race of heartbeat, the adrenaline rush, that happiness, that excitement of doing something, looking at a person, thinking about a person the entire day. Wow, it's interesting, it's wonderful, it's exciting, but it is not love. So what exactly is going on in your brain? Did you ever understand why this happens? What is the chemistry, science behind that? What is happening? Let's see. When you break it down to neurotransmitters and hormones, it certainly takes some of the romance out of it. Oh, poor little things. I'm taking the romance out of your life. But if you go through the brain system, there are neurotransmitters and hormones at your age which get active. But that's precisely where all begins during a crush. Your brain involuntarily releases dopamine, a feeling good hormone. So at your age, the brain starts releasing dopamine, a hormone that gives you a good feeling. At our age, we have to generate it. We have to do our good hobbies. In my age, if I had to release dopamine, what I have to do? I had to make some passionate thing, hobby. I had to find something for myself interesting so that I get that happy feeling. But at your age, it is so natural. So natural, right? So understand that feeling what you are getting by opposite sex attraction, which I call infatuation and you call it love, is nothing but the release of a hormone called dopamine. That's it. That's it. Learn the chemistry, learn the science, and you will know. A crush can be fleeting. You may soon find yourself moving on to someone new and starting the process all over again. I know by your age, many people would have had one or two or more, crushes. So what happens there? It's fleeting, it's continuous. And you again have another person, you drool over a heartbreak, find another person, start the process all over again. Do you think if it was a real love, it was so easy to start all over again? No. But how it is possible? Because of the release of the feeling good dopamine. When you see another opposite sex person, it always automatically starts. Not your mistake, not your mistake. But you have to understand the science behind it. Crush is unreliable because it is based on how you feel. And we have known for centuries that feelings are fluid and unpredictable. Anything can alter your feelings. So, what is crush? It's unreliable, undependable. You cannot depend on a crush because it is based on feeling. At the thinking level, crush has no meaning to it. Okay. At the thinking level, ask yourself a question. Having a girlfriend or boyfriend is important, or studies is more important? Career is more important? Ambition is more important? That is the right question to ask. But crush is at the feeling level. You feel happy, you feel excited, right? It's at the feeling level. And history is the evidence. From centuries, we have known that crush is a fluid and unpredictable. Anything can alter a crush. Anything can alter a crush. Okay. Heartbreak happens, right? For all of you. There are so many suicides among teenagers. Why? Because of love failure. One though it is an infatuation, and then they call it a failure also. Be careful, children, be careful. The first rule of any foundation is that it must be solid. Crush is like a building magnificent structure on liquid. So the foundation of any relationship, should be solid, concrete, and crush is as liquid. And you are building a Taj Mahal, a magnificent structure on a liquid. It will not stay long. It will not stay long. Okay. Time lost is life lost. Okay. So here, my friends, my dear children, see, because of this crush and the opposite sex attraction, you know what is happening? At the age of 11th and 12th, boys and girls are indulging into physical, intimate relationship. Girls are being used by boys. And then they go to another school, another town, their place. And then what happens? The pain remains. The pain remains. What I would suggest is be good friends. Be good friends. If in destiny it is written that this person is going to be your love of your life, wait till you are of certain age, of maturity, an age you can think. That time you can fall in love. This is not the time to fall in love, my dear friends. This is not the time. This is the time you have to set your goals. This is the time you have to become somebody. This is the time you have to know what you will become after a certain period of time. This is the time to study, to bring discipline in your life, and to conquer your own self. Because what you do in teenage will remain as a habit throughout your life. Habit. Okay? Remember this word habit. When you are highly disciplined, you are studious, you are doing good in your life. When you get good marks, you get confidence. You have good friends. This becomes a habit. And throughout your life, this will become your personality, your habit. So make winning your habit, not losing your habit. One need to make winning the habit and not losing the habit. So what points are you going to take back today? What are you going to take back? I'm talking about I am a teenager. So I have so many problems. I have friends, I have performance pressure, I have my infatuations. I am too much involved with online. What can we do about it? Okay. First thing, the points to be taken back today is learn an effective communication skill. Your parents don't understand you. Your teachers don't understand you, right? That's what you think. That's what you think. Actually, your parents understand you better than anybody, and your teachers want to understand you better than anybody. That is the reality. But you live in your own fantasy world. You have your perceptions about life and people. No, come out of your perception. And if you want to be in reality, originality, then understand effective communication. How do you do effective communication? Children, what you say is not important. That means words are not important. What you say is not at all important. How you say is important. That means your tone, your body language, your gestures, your attitude towards another person is important. Shape up your attitude. How you say is very important. So when you ask your teacher any help, if you ask them politely, if you ask them nicely, they will understand you. If you tell your parents your problem, what you are facing as a teenager, in studies, in relationship, in whatever area, they will understand you. But they will understand you only when you learn to say it in a proper way. So what you say is not important. How you say it is important. So how can you communicate to your teachers and your parents? Okay. You can do one thing. You can start writing letters to them. You can write a letter and seek their help by telling, I want help in this matter. I'm facing this difficulty. Can you help me? Can you give me time? And fix time with them and work with them. They will always be there, more than happy to help you. Okay. Take assistance from the right person, not from your peer group. You all are of the same age group. Nobody is more intelligent or less intelligent than you. Okay. So go to a more responsible person and ask for help. They will be more than happy to help you. Intention, what we call in Hindi, niyat. Okay. See, we always are telling parents are strict, teachers are strict. They are not allowing us to play. They are not allowing us to enjoy. So many complaints we have, right? Trust me, friends, my teenager friends, they have a very beautiful intention towards you. And their intention is only one. You know what? Parents and teachers, their intention is only to see you a highly successful, grown up, well-developed, independent individual. They want you to be a successful person. That is their intention. Don't doubt the intention of your parents or teachers. They may shout at you. They may scold you. But they are doing it only because you are not performing well. Their intention is as pure as God. That's why they say, Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. God comes in the fourth position. But father, mother, teachers, because they have the most pure intention than even God. Trust them, trust them. Students, start trusting them. And you can trust only when you start having effective communication. So you can write to them, you can talk to them one-on-one, in person, in a proper way, in a proper tone. Okay. Then decision, start taking decision for your life. Okay. But decision should be based on reality. Decision should be based for your growth, for your development, for your career, for your future, not in fun activities. A game, an infatuation, a fun time is not what you need in your life. You can have small time for that. You can have a stipulated time for that, but not all the time. So start making decisions for your life. How much time you want to study, how much time you want to focus, attention, focus, make decisions on that area so that you grow, you develop, and you become somebody what you dreamt to become one day. Yeah. Control your emotions. Have a control over your emotions. This infatuation, this love, all these things. So throughout your life, you will have opportunity. This video games, this online, throughout your life, you will get better smartphones, my kids. You will get a better smartphone than what we have today. But today you cannot lose today, because time lost is life lost. Don't lose your time today. It is precious. And goals, I did tell you, goal setting. To your teachers, I will provide a format also for goal setting. Okay, set your goals. What you want to become, how you will become that, who can help you, what guidance do you want, what help do you want. Start deciding on those areas. When will you decide? And seek help. I'm repeatedly telling you, your parents, your teachers, everybody is there to help you. But are you even seeking help? Ask yourself a question. Seek help and become the best and better version of yourself. Don't compete with anybody. Don't become anybody else. Parents may be comparing, but you don't become anybody else. You become the best version of yourself. And to become that, you have to bring discipline in your life. Okay? Discipline. And the foremost thing, and the last point I'm coming to, respect. Start respecting the people who are nice to you, kind to you, teaching you, thinking good about you. Start respecting people. Today's teenagers' attitude is they have lost something called respect. You people think that, because teachers are paid or parents gave birth to us, it is their duty. Children grow up. You all think so immaturely, right? 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th is a mature age, but you all are thinking so immaturely. No. For a salary, if they want to do, they will not be bothered about you. They will not be conducting this webinar also. They are doing it because they love you. And they want to see you grow. They want to see you develop. They want to see the best of the careers for you. So start giving respect to people, elders around you. This is what the teenagers are facing a big problem, respect. Learn to give respect, and then only the world will give respect back to you. Okay? One fine day, you will also grow up. And what you will miss then? When you don't give something to others, how will you get it? So learn to respect your parents, your teachers, and all the elderly persons in and around you. Okay, children? So with this, I conclude my today's session, and I wish you all the luck. Any questions you can put up here.
Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful presentation. I was just watching all your slides. It was very well covered with the today's topic, ma'am. So students, if you have any questions, you can put it up. There's one question in the YouTube, ma'am. I'll just read out the question.
Sure.
One of the person has asked, what is important in life?
What is important in life?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is important in life? When you are a teenager, you have multiple choices, right? That's what we covered. You want to have fun, you want to have a good time, your friends, so many things are at your disposal. But what is important in a life of a teenager is your career today. Because what you make today, when this is a career time, and what you sow today is what you reap tomorrow. That's what I can tell you. So today, if you sow a good seed, that means you dedicate your time for a good career. Tomorrow you will be a good professional, and all your life you can enjoy the results, like the fruits of what time and you are investing today. So important should be career building. You should be focused towards your career.
I hope the student has got his answer, and students, you can start putting up your questions in the chat box. On behalf of the students, I have a question. Basically, I generally see few students. This is a very teenage, but they are facing in such a situation, as you have said, ma'am. What could be the best possible way for any student to keep himself engaged in some other activities, so that he is not in such type of activities? Because generally when we ask any student, sir, I am in depression, I am in stress, so what can be the activities, fun-based activities, which a student can basically learn, which he or she can inculcate in his life, so that he or she should stay out or stay away from these activities, ma'am?
Okay. Abhijit sir, a wonderful question actually. It's a nice question what you have asked. I personally think there should be a regular physical activity session, at least for 45 minutes to 1 hour, done by every student. Because when they engage into physical activities, the hormone called dopamine will still be released and they will have a good feeling. Okay. And second, they should have some ears to talk. See, sometimes the students do not know whom to talk, with whom to share, and they are sharing money with their peer group, okay, where there's no solutions. They will even encourage or demotivate them in the wrong way. So I think there should be some teachers who can give them time, hear them out in a soft way, a nurturing way, okay, and protect the child also. Because this is an age where they go into wrong directions. So I think there should be a private chamber or a private space where they can talk to somebody, sir. So physical activity for removing their anger, frustration, whatever builds in them, and a ear, an understanding person who can, know what is happening and help that person, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful answer of my question. We have a question. Most of the times, students in teenage face anger issues. How to manage the anger, ma'am?
Okay, that's a fantastic question. Anger, as I spoke, is violence. Okay, we see anger as emotion, but in psychology, we call it as a violence. Various stages are there, but anger is the first stage of violence. So when we are angry, first we have to break down that anger into different areas. Anger do not come just like that. The reason behind that anger is always the person's own inabilities, lack of skill, frustrations. Like, if they're getting less marks in examination, they get angry. If parents keep on scolding them for their bedtime or online time, they get angry. If teachers are, not understanding them, they get angry. If their friends are not with them, see, they have to understand that this anger is not on others. They are exhibiting on others. But the reality is, it is because of their own lack of skills, marks, abilities, hopelessness. This anger is coming out. Okay, so they need to learn to know the reason behind their anger. You need to ask yourself one question. I'm angry. Okay, why am I getting angry? Who made me angry? And what did I do that this anger came to me? Okay. After examination, we see anger in every student. Why? Those who get less mark get angry. Why? Because they did not perform well. Right? So whenever you get angry, break down the anger into different pieces. First thing is ask yourself a question. You are getting angry in the brain. The anger will automatically come down. First thing, the minute you connect to your anger will come down. Then ask yourself a question. What is making me angry? The answer will come. The Abhijit sir did like this. Sudhanshu sir did like this. So many answers will come. It's okay. Let them come. Let them pour. Then ask yourself another question. What did I do? Where am I responsible for my anger? Okay. Then the real answer will come. The real answer will come, because there is where is the root cause of anger. Okay. Anger is not anything that is to do with, other person. Anger has to do with your own inabilities. Abhijit sir, that's all for them.
Thank you, ma'am. This was a wonderful answer. One more question, ma'am, on behalf of the students only, I should ask. Ma'am, basically, what right now the current scenario which the students are facing, they have the syllabus, they have the homeworks, they have the tuition works, everything, household works. So, ma'am, as you have suggested, physical activities can be the best way to stay away from this stress, depression, and everything. Ma'am, can you can there be some other things? Suppose now it is a rainy days going on, rainy season in some parts of India. So, and many students do not like to go for the physical activities even. They are just getting stuck in some under home and they want to engage themselves. So can there be some other activities like paintings, music, something like that, which can keep the students motivated and stay away from this?
Yeah, you yourself gave the answer, sir. Develop a hobby. Okay, develop a hobby, and that hobby should become your passion. Hobby can be gardening, having a pet, drawing, music, singing, any artwork, any DIY work. Okay, Sudoku solving, puzzle solving, anything. Develop a hobby. Even cooking. Cooking can be the most beautiful hobby. Okay, cleaning, clean your room. So any hobby they have to develop.
One question we have from Pushkar Shukla, one of our students, is having a question. Nowadays, we are attached to social media. Sometimes we try to stay away from it, but somehow we get attracted towards it. And after engaging for long hours in social media, we feel guilty that we have wasted a lot of our time and try not to use it next time. But again, we get attracted towards it. So how to overcome this?
Pushkar, is a fantastic question, and even we all have gone through it during COVID times. Even I have gone through it. Okay, so how do we overcome this? This is something we have to know our login and logout timings. Okay, initially you have to set a time. For example, half an hour. I'm going to use social media between 6 to 6:30. Then before sleeping 9 to 9:30, I may use. Right. So keep a stipulated prescribed time to use the social media. And when you are using it, we are reducing, right? So first half an hour, 1 hour you bring, then you bring it to 40 minutes, then you bring it to 20 minutes, important time. Okay. So slowly you stop reducing the usage of your social media. You have to be very strict about login and logout. That means you give yourself one particular time and use social media only on that time, no more, no less. Put up an alarm. As soon as it is 6:30, the alarm should ring and you should overcome that. Okay. You are using more social media, Pushkar, because recently we have learned to be online. It has become a comfort zone for us to be online and social media. We do not want to put effort in our life. Social media is an easy catch. Easy catch. Without efforts, how do you conquer the world? So goals, set yourself goals, Pushkar. First, keep a stipulated time for social media and give yourself a goal, what you want to become in your life. Okay. And then I will give you one activity. Close your eyes. For example, you want to become a doctor. Close your eyes. Choose see yourself as a doctor. You are writing the NEET exam. You got the admission in the best college. Visualize yourself. Look yourself there. Okay, you get your MBBS degree, then you are going for MD. You got the best of the. You got job in the best of the hospitals. Visualize bigger things. Okay, that should be your goal. Stay focused on your career, Pushkar. So you have to start visualizing your career, what you want to become in life. That will motivate you to use your screen time less. Right now you are demotivated. That is why you are not able to quit it and feel guilty. Give yourself some motivation in life. Give yourself some motivation, something, some energy, which will able to quit social media. It's not difficult, trust me. It needs practice, that's all. Matter of 1 month, you can overcome that. Pushkar, do I answer you?
Yes. One more question is there, ma'am, regarding, I'll just read out the question. How to manage time, especially when schoolwork is so much that we cannot think of any physical activity. And over that, we have every week a test to prepare, and then there is classwork, notebook, and homework to complete.
Right. This is some major problem which, uh, I'm never happy with the syllabus of the schools and the tough training. I'm personally against that myself. So students, this
Not me
area I'm
also,
totally
ma'am.
with
Me
you.
too.
Yeah, I'm told my heart is with you, my students. But still we can formulate something. Okay. See, there is something I spoke about discipline. So your sleep time and wake up time is very important here. When you sleep on a stipulated time and you wake up on a stipulated time, you get 16 hours full of energy, energetic time. If you do not get proper sleep, you start getting sleepy, tired, exhausted, you want to lie down and use social media. That happens. So a good sleep, then make a timetable for yourself. When you have a timetable now, students, and you can, if you're focused with the timetable, trust me, you will have sufficient time to do everything. Okay, sufficient time to do. Are you, anybody here is following any timetable? 100% no. Okay, so start making a timetable. Morning when you wake up, how much time for this, how much time for studies, how much time for homework, how much time for weekly assignments, and how much time for your play and game. Make a timetable. Life will be much easier. Otherwise, most of the time what you're doing, you're thinking what to do. You guys are thinking what to do, and you are not able to achieve what you want to because you're just thinking, not doing it, right? So make a timetable. The slogan of Grizzly Vidyalaya is what? Success through hard work. So without hard work, there is no success. This is only 4 years, my children. Only up to 12th standard. Life is beyond that. Trust me, beautiful life is waiting for you, but you all are, bothered about why you are not getting it today. Put this hard work today, put this determination today, be motivated today for a beautiful tomorrow. Right? Do it. Today it will be tough, it will be hard, but not a problem. A timetable can solve everything. Think, students, when a lady who has children, who works outside, how she manages. Morning she get up, make breakfast, prepare lunch, go to her workplace, come back, take care of children, their homework, so much she's able to do. How? Just because she has a timetable. Manage yourself with timetable, students. Only this 12th standard is tough. After that, life is going to be more prettier, more sorted out. Okay? Yes, Abhijit sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful explanation of the question. Now, may I request our Student Service Cell Coordinator, Sudhanshu Kumar sir, to propose the vote of thanks for the webinar. Over to Sudhanshu sir.
Thank you, Abhijit. And thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Nisha, ma'am. The way things have winded up, the way you've answered the question, the way this whole, I'll not call it just a simple seminar. It was a wonderful journey, actually, that you have allowed our student to go with you. It was wonderful. On behalf of Grizzly Vidyalaya, on behalf of all my students, I would like to propose this vote of thanks. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you for being with us, spending such a precious time, such a lovely time with our students. Thank you. Thank you once again.
And I want to thank Grizzly Vidyalaya and all the teachers and students who are here to hear me out. And if you have any questions, just give it to Sudhanshu ji, who I know, or Rajiv ji, anybody, and I would be able to answer them. Okay. And I would be sending two document, one goal setting and another one is a daily diary writing. Okay. That would make the students more clearer about themselves. So you can pass on that to the students and make it a practice. They start doing it. Okay.
Sure,
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
So with this, we come to end of our session. Thank you, ma'am. So now, students, you all can leave the webinar. The webinar is going to be over in a short while. Thank you and have a nice time ahead. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.